The first two, I believe it is spiders and flying. I think at the top, or the two above it. But yeah, it's up there. And depending on, and they keep doing this research every like 5 to 10 years, and maybe switches. But yeah, it's funny how that research comes out. But every time it's ever done, in every culture, fear speaking is right up there at the top. Usually the top 3. I mean, it hits the top almost all the time. But the reason it's so common, when you hear those statistics, the reason that it works like that is because it's different for different people. There's some people who can get up in front of 1,000 people, right up on the stage. Morning, everyone. We've got a great presentation for you today. We're going to do some wonderful things, and they're totally comfortable. Right? That same person at the small board of directors meeting inside the smaller enclosed conference room, they change the nervousness. They go from this, "Hi, how are you?" to this. Morning. We're going to look at the numbers from the quarter today, and right, and they get very nervous. Now, but for somebody else, it could be the opposite. For somebody else, give me that small board of directors or that small group of people, and it's good morning. We're going to take a look at the numbers from last quarter and see how they impact sales and projections moving forward, right? That same person in front of maybe a larger group and terrified, extremely nervous, right? It's different for different people, which is why it's so common. And the number of people in the group is not always the determination. That's just one example. It's different for different reasons. We know a lot about where this stuff came from. We've researched the topic extensively. My parents wrote a book on this about 20 years ago. It's still out there about controlling the fear of speaking. There's a lot of information about it. So I'm going to tell you a couple of things. There are two parts, right? There's the psychology of it, and there's the physiology. The psychology, I can only go so deep with what we have today, just because it takes a little more time than we have. But I am going to give you some of it, more than I had planned, because I think it'll pay off. You'll appreciate that. And then the physiology, like what happens to you physically. I'm going to teach you two techniques. Excuse me, two techniques that will teach you how to stop that physical experience that you feel like that.